the salvage game would pay off one day. Look at the size of that thing.
Can we stop it tumbling?
Hell yes.
Safely, I mean.
And get it in the hold. What about the heading?
Computer confirms it. Solar path B9436, axis 24. That trajectory will drop it into the sun.
Payday, love.
You think so?
We've got them 3 ways to Christmas.
What?
Well, either it's a screw-up, in which case someone wants it back, or we can haul it back for scrap.
It's not on our list of runaways, and anyway, the scrap value is probably not worth the fuel.
And last, but not on way short of least, there's the hazard to navigation premium.
It's probably a long way short of navigation too, all those commercial flights into the sun. Is that what you've got in mind? I mean, they're really going to pay us top rate for getting that thing out their way.
Marty, dear heart, we're not going to tell them exactly where we picked it up now, are we?
This is the United States Space Station, Ronald Reagan. How may we help you?
Connect me with section OMZ-13.
I'm sorry, there is no such section.
You sure? Never mind. Just connect me with Dr. Goodman.
I'm sorry, there's no Dr. Goodman at this station.
Dr. Harvey Goodman?
I'm sorry.
That's nonsense. Dr. Harvey Goodman has been working on the station for the last 9 months.
There is no listing for a Dr. Harvey Goodman.
Transfer me to a human being.
The information I have given you has been checked and is correct.
God damn it! I don't want to talk to a PR graphic. Connect me with a human being. Now!
I'm Pete Lennox. How can I help you?
There's some sort of computer foul up.
Listen, ma'am, if it has to do with salary allocation, I'm going to have to ask you to be patient.
No, it's nothing like that.
Oh, then maybe I can help.
I'm trying to contact Dr. Harvey Goodman. Your communications computer can't find a listing.
Cross-check it for you. No?
What do you mean, no?
No reference to arrival, departure, allocation of resources, nothing.
He has to be there.
Lady, you cannot come and go in these places without at least one of the machines picking up on the fact.
It's some sort of a mistake. It has to be.
Well, do you have a section form, a designated work area?
OMZ-13.
Module. We don't have a Z13. We don't have any outer modules designated 13. It's a very unlucky number, you know. Are you sure that you've got the right station?
You think I don't know where my own brother works?
Well, I can only tell you, ma'am, that he doesn't work here.
All right, Mr. Lennox. Thank you.
You're welcome, ma'am. Good day to you.
Lauder, how much longer is it going to take you to secure that bloody thing?
Marty, sweetness. If you can do it faster, get suited up and get out here. Unless you want me to pressurise the hold, of course.
Only if you found a way to give up breathing for the rest of the trip.
Didn't your mother tell you there'd be women like me?
She didn't say anything about crooked salvage deals.
Sometimes I wonder if you sincerely want to be rich. Marty, my love.
Right now, someone somewhere is committing a crime.
What, some friend of yours?
Oh, that's very funny.
Listen, I'm going to the reception for the new base coordinator. I'll, be a couple of hours, huh?
Well, are you going to ask how come they sent him out from Earth, instead of nominating one of their moon-based people?
No, it's not against the rules.
Well, it's against custom and practice, and the Russians never do anything without a reason.
Who does?
A subtle reason.
Well, look, if it's another bid for world domination, they're hardly likely to admit it over the fruit, juice, and soya snacks, are they? Any messages? You know where to find me.
Look, I'm supposed to be a hero, not a receptionist and filing clerk.
Oh, you've been playing back those press conference tapes again.
Yeah, well, maybe I should give another. And tell the world how our beloved leader is treating the savior of the moon shuttle.
What, you mean bent cop reinstated praise and tolerance of boss? Not the sort of thing you had in mind.
Smartass.
Chief Superintendent's smartass. Unless, of course, you want to go the same way as Kurt Hubble.
Hubble was gutless and witless.
Smart enough to recognize a losing hand when he was dealt one.
Meaning I'm not.
I don't know, are you?
I'll play these.
No, I had a feeling you weren't.
Listen. No one pushes me into resigning.
I'm impressed.
And in charge. Huh. And there was me thinking the good commander had no sense of humor.
Well, you're concerned, Kenzie, he doesn't.
Oh, unlike you. You think it's all a big joke, don't you?
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn. But you are unique, I've got to admit that. Yes. You're absolutely the first person I ever met who enjoyed filing so much she wanted to spend the entire rest of her life doing it. Screen erase.
Oh, chuckle, chuckle. If there's one thing I need in my life to make it truly complete, it's a witty chief superintendent. Oh, the hell with it. Screen on.
Yes, Kenzie?
I wanted to warn you that I intend to resign, sir.
Fine, get a hard copy, sign it, put it on my workstation, screen off.
Reconnect. You didn't give me time to finish, Commander. What I was going to say is that I intend to resign unless you give me something more interesting to do.
Fine, get a hard copy, sign it, put it on my workstation.
So you do still intend to get rid of me?
I just don't want you to have any illusions about your future in the Star Cops.
I made a lot of good publicity out of what could have been a lot of bad publicity. That doesn't count for anything.
That's right, that doesn't count for anything. Public relations is not your job.
Well, what exactly is my job? Sitting here taking messages.
Yes?
You know this is constructive dismissal, don't you? I think the press might find your attitude very interesting.
Well, I think the press are about as reliable as you are.
Look, I'm not resigning, sir.
And just about as consistent. Well, is that it, Kenzie, or did you just call me up to play musical resignations?
Your ETA on Ronald Reagan.
2350.
You knew that already.
I was just checking, sir. Any further orders?
Yes, I don't need damn fool calls when I'm talking to the Americans. I can have enough problems as it is.
You don't want me to call you at work, dear.
Don't push it, Kenzie.
What'll you do? Ruin my career?
What career? Screen off.
Approach confirm, red vector 7, docking outer lock 3-4.
Much further out, and we'd be back at the main shuttle transfer.
Pardon me?
Red vector 7, out of lock 3-4, thank you.
Star Cups shuttle's just docking, Commander. You're gonna meet him in here?
Hell no, I've just finished for the day.
You want me to wait and guide him out to the living quarters?
He's a detective, isn't he? Let him find his own way.
I'll follow the yellow brick road.
leaving a weightless area. You are now leaving a weightless area. You are now approaching artificial gravity. You are now approaching artificial gravity.
Commander Spring? Pete Lennox.
Hello, Mr. Lennox.
You didn't get lost then?
Did you expect me to?
Well, it's a pretty big station. If you'd care to follow me.
Welcome to the Ronald Reagan.
again, Commander Spring.
Commander Griffin.
I'm sorry I wasn't at the airlock to greet you personally.
Oh, no need to apologize. I can see you're busy.
Has Pete set up the 10-cent tour yet?
Not yet, sir. I still need to get clearance from some of the contractors. I'll get on it, if you'll excuse me.
A few of our clients are a little nervous about who sees what they're working on.
Oh. No need to frighten them on my account.
We do have a high-profile, multi-use station here, but one of the few things we're not able to cope with is tourists.
No problem. I didn't bring any.
Especially foreign tourists.
Oh, yes, these Germans, they do good everywhere, don't they?
You play this game?
Not since I joined the Star Cops, no.
That was a pretty dumb move from what I heard.
Giving up pool?
I can understand you not wanting to talk about it.
On the contrary, sir, Star Cops is what I'm here to talk about.
Oh, yeah? So, how do you like our little setup, huh?
Impressive. Gravity makes all the difference.
It's the nature of the beast. We have the best of both worlds here. Work areas are weightless, of course, but rest, recreation, living quarters.
Best of an almost world, eh?
Still think like a groundsider,
Yes,
huh?
it's the nature of the beast. What is the gravity here?
Oh, it's about 1/3 G. Varies a tad sometimes.
Well, doesn't that throw your game?
Table's self-regulated.
Sir,
Yeah.
She's on the circuit again.
Oh, not now, Pete.
Well, she's very insistent. Well, don't let me interrupt your work.
I don't plan to, man. I'll be right back.
All right, Box. How does this table work?
The table generates an electromagnetic field which the modified balls react to. The system is balanced by an analog computer.
All right. You give me an edge.
Something fishy's going on up there, and I don't like it!
I don't know what else I can tell you, Miss Goodman.
You can tell me where my brother is, that's what else you can tell me. And never mind you signaling your goddamn henchmen.
My what?
I know what you're doing.
We never heard of your brother. My henchman has been through the records from the time this station was first commissioned.
And what does that prove?
Well, it proves, ma'am, that he's never been on the administrative staff. He's never leased a work module. There has never been a Harvey Goodman here.
You'll be telling me next has never been a Harvey Goodman.
Ma'am, I do sympathize with your situation.
Yeah, the hell you do.
But you're gonna have to excuse me.
What kind of a fool do you take me for? You think I'm playing games here?
Screen off. Sorry about that. Some woman keeps pestering us. She's not too tightly wrapped, you know what I mean? Not playing with a full deck.
Well, if there's a problem, maybe we can deal with it for you.
Hell no, she's an American.
Yes, of course. Well, I thought I'd just make the offer.
Nice try, Commander. So, do you play this game?
I do now.
Computer controlled, of course.
Well, my old man said the trouble with computers is that they provide the solutions before there are the problems.
This table makes playing just like it would be in a 1G environment. Just like home.
How cozy.
Damn.
Bad luck.
It does have other applications.
Pinball? Red. Top right.
It's very popular with our people. You shouldn't underestimate the importance of that.
Oh, I don't, especially as I'm not. Popular with your people, I mean. Top left. Since I sacked Inspector Hubble, your State Department can't make its mind up whether I'm the Antichrist or just anti-American.
Same thing.
Yeah. Center pocket.
Hubble was an American national, working for an American company.
No, he was a star cop working for me. Top left.
You had no right to fire him without consultation.
Oh, we didn't fire him. And we did consult him. He resigned.
Like Richard Nixon.
Yes, that's right. Top right.
He may have been a son of a bitch, but he was our son of a bitch.
And my country, right or wrong, eh?
There are worse philosophies.
Yes, most of them begin with that. Center pocket.
You and Thoreau should be getting on real well.
Now, why do you say that?
Your second in command's a little short on patriotism.
I knew there was something about that fellow that I liked.
Did you know he was a student radical?
Weren't we all?
No.
Oh. Well, if you're not radical as a kid, where's there to go in your reactionary old age?
Not on our space program, that's for damn sure.
You're lost, maybe.
I don't think so.
Well, he's turning out to be rather a good copper.
Oh, yeah? I preferred Hubble.
Hubble wasn't even a good crook. Top left.
This table's really running for you, isn't it? What do you mean he wasn't a good crook?
Well, the stupid bastard got caught. I mean, if you're going to pay somebody off, it's best to make sure he's bright enough to make it worth your while.
Somebody paid him off? No, why the hell would anybody want to do anything like that?
Well, to keep his mouth shut, I should imagine.
You don't know.
Black, top right.
You're the first person to beat me at this. I hate to be beaten.
Maybe you should choose your game more carefully.
Or my opponent.
You are Inspector Kinsey. Pal Kinsey? I've seen your news conference. I've read of your bravery. I am Alexander Krivenko. I look forward to meeting you.
Well, I'm very pleased to meet you,
It
sir.
has long been my view that popular entertainment has trivialized courage to the point where we no longer value it as we should.
I can't argue with that. I'm certainly undervalued.
Most people who come out here are. Are they not, David?
Well, some more than others.
Everywhere there's a criminal element in all societies. This one is no different.
Well, where there's living, there's policemen.
The gospel according to Nathan Spring.
Ah, yes. You said Commander Spring was on
Away working, sir.
On the American.
There's a problem with your countrymen?
No, sir, no problem. Just a routine meeting.
I see. So a routine meeting with the Americans is more important than a first meeting with me?
Well, sir, it's not entirely routine. There's a small problem about putting Stark Ops on American stations.
They won't let us.
I am teasing, David. Tell me, when a crime occurs, how do you set about solving it?
Well, I guess that would...
That would depend on the crime.
Yeah. Inspector Colin Davis, Dr. Alexander Krivenko. Dr. Krivenko's our
Our
new...
new moon-based coordinator, yes, I know. And new spaceman, too, I think.
Well, I have worked in the field of space medicine for many years.
Yeah, but you've never been out here before.
I have come late to it. You have yourself, have you not?
You know about my background?
As you know mine.
Yes, so like Colin said, sir, it would depend upon the crime.
Yes, well, let us take a hypothetical example. Kidnapping.
For ransom?
For politics.
No, that's not a very common crime out here for any reason.
That's why I chose it.
Well, I suppose we need to discover the purpose behind the crime.
Oh, not necessarily. Crime's a crime.
And in the case of a kidnapping, the purpose would be obvious, surely.
If the disappearance were accompanied by a demand.
Well, let us assume a kidnapping with a demand for money. What is your first move?
Saved by the Bell.
Perhaps this will be a real crime.
Screen 2 on. Starkop headquarters, can I help you?
My name is Odile Goodman, and I'm calling from Earth. I want to report the disappearance of my brother.
Oh, look, we have very limited power to deal with runaways.
I'm sorry?
Well, your brother's disappeared from home. You think he's run away to space, is that it? How old is he?
How old is he?
I mean, have you checked with the Earthside authorities? A lot of these kids don't make it out here, you know.
What is it with you people? You are so goddamn patronizing. Is it because I'm a, what do you call it, a groundsider, or is it just because I'm a woman?
I'm sorry, I was only trying to help.
My brother is 47 years old. He's a scientist, and he's vanished from the space station where he was working.
Well, what do they say about it?
The guys I talked to, they said he was never there. They seemed to think I was some kind of a moron.
Okay, what station was this?
The Ronald Reagan.
Now I can see your method of working at first hand.
It's the main American station.
Lucky you were here, Dr. Krivenko.
Yes, indeed.
And with a hypothetical example all ready for testing.
Don't worry about that, Miss Goodman. You just give me all the
disappearance,
details,
you said?
and I'll take care of it.
No, I said kidnapping.
Ryan, what was your name again?
Well, maybe that's what this is.
I just had a terrific dream about what's in that thing.
And?
We made enough out of it to buy a nice little business back on Earth.
Oh, yeah? What sort?
Agri-business.
We don't know anything about farming.
We weren't born knowing about the scrap salvage business.
No, we spent years learning it.
Little house, row roses round the door. I wonder a chicken scratching in the yard.
Years of grafting and we still can't make a straight living.
Don't stop moaning.
Well, can we?
We make a living.
This you call living? And anyway, I said a straight living.
You really are a guilt-ridden little soul, aren't you?
Well, it's no fun winning if you have to cheat.
Winning's not supposed to be fun, sweetie. It's just something we have to do. It's something we're going to do in a big way.
Yeah. Chickens round the door, roses scratching in the yard.
I've got a feeling, a definite feeling.
So, what was in this dream? Tell me more about it.
Oh, I don't know. All I know is it was the end of all our problems.
Why don't you come to... Yeah.
Good morning. Oh, forgive me.
Oh, hey, I'm sorry. We were supposed to start the tour about now, weren't we?
No sweat.
Yeah, I forgot how precise you Brits are about these things. Have a cup of coffee. Make yourself comfortable.
Thanks.
Did you sleep well?
Yes, thank you. Gravity does make all the difference. I shall never get used to sleeping weightless.
Well, we got a couple of guys working on that problem right now.
Government research?
Hell no, they're both from pharmaceutical houses. They're probably duplicating each other's research, but what the hell, they got the funding, huh?
And do you have any government research?
Oh, there's some funding. Oh, say, what's the story on this Russian of yours?
Which Russian would that be?
Krivenko.
Well, when did he get to be my Russian?
Well, you got his predecessor fired.
Well, he was a murderer. A possible murderer.
So you got the Russian's job.
It was their turn.
Yeah, but you got it for them early. They're in place 2 years early.
Oh, does it matter?
Hell, it matters. We weren't ready.
Oh, I'm sorry. What were you planning? A ticker-tape parade?
Oh, they were ready, though, weren't they? They had a guy trained and waiting back on Earth.
Krivenko's a senior academician. Well, he's the Nobel Prize winner for medicine. It is mainly due to his work that you and I can come and go from Earth to space without any major bone damage.
You gotta hand it to them bastards, huh? When they give a guy deep cover, they really do a job, huh?
You think he's a spy?
Oh, that's a crude word. They're cleverer than that.
You think I'm a spy?
I think you've been used.
In other words, I'm more stupid than that.
Well, you Europeans have always been naive where those Russians are concerned.
Possibly. So what is this government research that you do?
Huh?
Saved by the Bell.
Yeah.
Is the circuit open for Commander Spring, sir?
Well, I'll give you a little privacy.
Oh, no need.
Okay, I'll be in the mess room when you're ready. Oh, hey. I heard from the State Department. They turned you down flat.
Oh. I can't even replace Hubble.
Sorry.
I can see that.
What'd you expect, huh?
So much for the Allies. Box.
Yes, Nathan?
Are there any concealed computer terminals in this room?
No. Damn it. This is merely a primary communications console.
Commander Nathan Spring, open circuit. David, what are you still doing there?
Hi, how's it going?
Well, it's not going to be as easy as cheating at pool. Listen, aren't you supposed to be Earthside interviewing recruits?
Yeah, I'm leaving any time now. Look, there's been a small problem that's come up since you've been away.
Yes, what is it?
But it's not really something I can talk about over an open circuit.
Well, my mind reading is a little rusty, David.
Oh, caught you at a bad moment, huh?
Get on with it.
Look, you seem a bit tense, Nathan. They're not making you sleep in a weightless unit, are they?
Just what exactly is it that you want, David?
Kenzie is on her way to you.
She's what?
Look, she's done all the preliminary work on the case. She's got all the details.
What case? What details?
She'll explain it all to you when she gets there.
Listen, this better be important enough to justify sending that bloody woman here. I thought I made it quite clear she does not leave that desk.
You also made it clear that I was running things in your absence.
That woman is a menace.
I think the case could be too, Nathan. I think there may be some political problems.
Oh, well, in that case, Kenzie is perfect casting.
Believe me, she'll be less of an embarrassment there than I would be. You gotta trust me on this.
From here, my recruitment policy is beginning to look a little eccentric.
Listen, Nathan, I think what we're seeing here is a definite game plan. Our problem is we don't know who's coaching the play.
Kiddies, that's it. You gotta learn your football.
Yeah, I know. Commander Spring,
Oh,
morning.
hey.
Morning.
You ready for your little goodbye tour now?
If you'll excuse me.
Tommy, did the State Department explain why they turned us down?
They are, quote, not in favor of international policing, unquote.
Oh. Well, they were at the beginning. Until they looked up the word international, found out that it didn't just mean Americans abroad.
Well, I did warn you. Why should the United States government support an organization that is basically anti-American?
Well, the Star Corps is basically anti-crime, Commander, nothing else.
We can handle our own crime.
Well, supposing I have to prove you can't.
It'll never happen.
You're a gambling man, Commander.
Goes with the territory. You don't know that? You don't know anything about the people that come out here.
Well, ever played cards with Hubble?
I may have.
Well, don't you remember?
Can't say that I do. I played poker with a lot of guys.
Hubble must have been a pretty remarkable player, though.
Oh, yeah? Really?
Well, how else would you explain how he took so much money off people so regularly?
There you go again.
You're a good poker player, Commander?
I know when to ride my luck. How about you?
I don't know. This still sounds to me like some excuse for you to get your ass out of that office.
You're the one who says them for anomalies. Well, you couldn't have a more glaring one than that, could you?
She says he's missing. You can't find any evidence that he ever existed.
He has no social welfare or security ID number. No birth, marriage, or death registration. No credit classification, no transportation licenses. No passport number or security ID. No medical, educational, or military certification.
Has she?
I ran a check on her. And Harvey Goodman is listed as her next of kin. That's the only place he is listed.
Well, what does that prove?
Well, not very much at this stage, but don't you find it suspicious?
Well, what exactly do you think this woman is up to?
I don't know exactly. But I think she could be an agent provocateur.
Oh, I see. Or rather, I don't see. Have you checked with the people here?
No. If someone is trying to stir up trouble with the Yanks, that'd play straight into their hands.
Well, who would want to do that? As if I didn't know.
The Russian was there when the call came through. He even predicted it.
Oh, that was clever of him, wasn't it? To avoid suspicion like that.
It's arrogance. He couldn't resist playing games with us.
What did this Goodman woman say her brother was?
A microbiologist. Said he graduated from Caltech, did a postgrad at MIT.
But there's no record of it on their computers.
According to their computers, nobody called Goodman was ever at either one.
Over what period?
Ever. Or as far back as the computer records go.
Have you checked the odds on that?
What for?
Goodman isn't a particularly unusual name.
I suppose not. So?
Kenzie, you strike me as several things, but stupid is not one of them. Of all the thousands and thousands of students who have ever attended Caltech and MIT...
There should have been at least one Goodman at some time. The records have been got at.
Possibly. If somebody wanted to do a fast, dirty job.
They'd erase all references to the name Goodman and trust on nobody spotting it.
Be in a position to do that.
Oh, I'm sorry. I should have thought of that.
Yes, you should have.
I said I'm sorry.
Oh, well, that makes everything all right. Now, according to this system, Goodman was a microbiologist working here. All right, where?
Where?
The people who use this station do so on what the Americans are pleased to call a say-and-pay basis. They say what work they plan to do, then they pay for the right to do it in some appropriate part.
They hire a room.
Roughly speaking.
Well, roughly speaking, the room he was supposed to have hired is called Outer Module Z13. But what's more important is that this sister claims she was told that module doesn't even exist.
Does it?
Well, I don't know yet.
Kenzie, were you planning to check any of the facts in this case?
Do you find being perfect a problem, sir?
I find being patient a problem, Kenzie.
Well, Theroux is going to interview Ms. Goodman when he's back on Earth recruiting.
Oh, well, that is always a very good first move.
I'm glad we did something right.
Too late to be of any use to this investigation and no use at all to you out here.
On a scale of 1 to 10, score -3. Or is that being over-generous?
Depends on your next move and what you find out as a result. Come on, let's have some coffee. I'll introduce you to John Wayne.
Move on.
Have you found out anything yet?
I'm sorry, sir. I'm afraid Chief Superintendent Thoreau just left. You missed him by a matter of minutes.
No, that's no matter. I'm just interested in the case.
Screen off.
Must I take it you have found out nothing so far?
Well, I personally have found out that the moon is not made of green cheese and that Father Christmas don't live on the dark side.
Now you're teasing me.
Well, there's something to be said for seeing for yourself.
Yeah, well, this has always been my philosophy, too. Unfortunately, it is not always possible.
Or some societies make it more possible than others.
I think you overestimate the differences, my dear Colin. Come now, what progress have you made with our case?
Forgive me, my dear Alexander, but this is not our case. It is our case.
Why are you so unfriendly?
Maybe because you're not.
Have you always been so paranoid?
Have you always been so nosy?
Curiosity is what makes me a scientist.
Suspicion is what makes me a policeman.
Then we have nothing to say to each other.
I think that just about says it all. Screen on.
Well, what have we here?
Oh, Commander
Wayne?
Griffin, this is Inspector Powell Kenzie.
I'm delighted to make your acquaintance, sir.
Pleased to meet you. Have you shown your pretty assistant our pool table yet, Commander?
I'm not very good on pool tables, sir.
I'm a little bit too much of a gentleman to make the obvious comment.
But not to think it.
Well, a man's thoughts are his own.
Only if he keeps them to himself, sir.
I think I'm in love.
Can I ask you a question, sir?
Anything. You know, I'm a great believer that communication between people is enhanced by direct, tactile contact.
Is that why you're keeping quiet, is it, sir? You don't want him holding your hand in front of all these people?
Perhaps that's where we've been making my mistake. Is that why we disagree, Commander? Lack of tactile contact?
I don't think that's going to be a problem between you and me now, is it?
You taking odds?
Supposing I wanted to hire a room.
Oh, you can share mine.
Supposing I was a microbiologist and I wanted to hire a room. Where would I go?
Somewhere else.
You've got something against microbiologists?
Well, there's a directive. No research involving protozoans, bacteria, none of that stuff. You see, we leave those dirty games to the Russians.
What about medical research?
Well, how do you tell the difference, huh?
A blanket ban, then. The good and the bad.
That's right. Where that stuff's concerned, when you got no place else to go, you keep it the hell away, huh? It's just too goddamn dangerous. Now, pretty lady, what do you say I show you the pool table and its more orthodox uses?
Sure.
How about you, Commander Spring?
Oh, no, thanks. I think I'll catch up on some sleep.
Right. Except no substitutes. Pool is the real American game.
Let's take a look at that module, see what we've got.
That would be dumb.
Well, give me one good reason.
Suppose it's explosive.
Well, compromise. We'll stick the video probe into the vision socket and see what we can see.
Nothing. No light.
We'll use the self-illuminating probe.
Too dim.
I want to see what's in there.
Would any of these be designated for any particular dangerous research projects? Cross-check. Dr. Harvey Goodman. Box. Are there any security codes which I don't have?
The codes you are using will access all data to which the station commander has access from this terminal.
He didn't miss it.
Is that a question?
Cross-check. Police investigation. Inspector Kirk Hubble. And if I could do that, I wouldn't be taking all these bloody stupid risks. Screen off.
Commander.
Screen's on.
I'm sorry that I startled you.
You're supposed to be keeping our host occupied.
There's only so many questions you can ask about this stupid game.
Yes, I'm having the same problem.
You wandered off. I thought I'd better come and warn you.
Keep her out of that hatch.
Did you find what you're looking for?
Whatever it was that Hubble had over your friend, the commander, there's no clue to it in the databanks.
Since when did he get to be my friend? And what about my missing bug specialist? Is he imaginary or not?
I'm working on it.
Anything?
Just black and noise.
Concentrate.
It's no substitute for light.
Is that any better?
Still nothing. I'm not happy about your suit telemetry, Lauter.
Stop fussing, Marty.
I just don't like the risks you're taking.
That's the best I can do.
Still nothing. Look, stop waiting suit, air and luck and get back in here.
Still nothing.
Nothing. Let's get out of here.
Someone's coming. Screens off.
Oh, that was very clever.
Sorry.
Lights up. Can't you do anything bloody right?
Obviously not. Would you get your hand off my leg?
I am not touching your leg.
So much for telephone.
We understand each other perfectly well without it.
It's an honest mistake.
That must be a first for you.
Cheap shot.
Yes, it was. I'm sorry. Let's get out of here.
So you keyed up expecting someone to be there?
Lights off.
Nathan, I'm still activated.
Miss Goodman? Miss Goodman? Is anybody home? Miss Goodman?
Getting away from us, Pete.
About the woman, they can't prove a thing.
Supposing they find her.
They're not that good.
I think this guy Spring is. I think he knows I paid off Hubble. I think he knows it all.
He's bluffing.
How you gonna explain bouncing that tree trunk off his man's skull?
I thought he was an intruder.
Oh, that's real convincing.
Well, he has no business here.
And you do.
I had the keys from the realtor. I'm thinking of buying the house.
From Goodman's missing sister?
So what do you suggest, sir?
All bets are off. Time to make a deal. I believe this is yours. Let's talk. I've been thinking about that replacement for Hubble.
You think it's a good idea?
Yeah.
You saying you'll support my case?
That's what I'm saying.
For 3 officers?
2.
3. 3. Well, I knew you were a reasonable man.
Yeah. And I take it if I support you, you'll support me.
That's what we're for.
I'm talking about the Goodman investigation.
What Goodman investigation?
So we're both reasonable men.
I'm not. The Goodman investigation is mine, and I'm not a reasonable man.
Commander Spring, we got a deal or not?
A deal? Is that what you were offering me?
Now look, you got a choice here. You can either get your organization into this station, or...
We're already in, sir.
I knew you were a reasonable man.
Yeah. And I take it if I support you, you'll support me.
That's what we're for.
I'm talking about the Goodman investigation.
What Goodman investigation?
A strategy taught to me by Commander Spring. I try to learn from my mistakes, sir. Now, would you like to tell us exactly what happened to Harvey Goodman?
See for yourselves.
He's still with the Americans?
Screen off. He's not yet returned, sir.
Well, assuming he's still with the Americans.
Assuming you need to assume.
Do you expect him soon?
When he comes back, I'm sure you'll be the first to know, sir.
If you believe that I know everything, why do you try so hard to give nothing away?
Sir, you really don't have any right of access to this office.
Oh, come now, Colin. I am the base coordinator.
It means nothing here.
That's an interesting point of protocol.
It's a point of law.
We want to register a salvage claim.
This way.
We want to clear the rights to open it.
And claim the hazard to navigation premium.
Okay, screen 1 on reference missing modules. Right, let's have all the details. What is it exactly?
Module type P.
Module type P. And the path?
Lunar. B3462.
B3462. This is purely routine, sir. It won't be of any interest to you.
On the contrary, Colin, routines are a source of great interest to me. What does this module contain?
I don't know till we cut it open.
Oh, you must cut it open.
It's damaged.
Welded tight.
And where will you do this cutting?
We lease access to one of the moon base hangars.
Sir, can I get on with the paperwork, please, now? Oh. Well, it's not registered anywhere, so the module and the contents are yours. I'll give him a permit to open. Hazard premium should be through in 2 calls.
Thanks a lot.
My pleasure. Whenever the list will be a real bonanza for you.
Specimen 274, exposed to the vacuum for 24 hours. No sign of cell damage at all.
Haven't you got a better angle of what he's looking
Sign check.
The accident pictures are all we have. Well, couldn't you get inside the module, get the rest?
Don't you know what he's doing?
Cell division appears to continue normally. You are a tough little sucker, aren't you?
My God. He's working on a space bug.
A bacterium. A killer.
Cell division appears to be
One that likes the
accelerating.
vacuum as much as it likes the air.
It's exploding!
Lennox was right. You really were bluffing, weren't you? You didn't know a goddamn thing.
What did you do with the module?
Detached it. Dropped it towards the sun. Can you imagine what would have happened if the rest of the station had been exposed to whatever it was he was working on in there?
I knew you must have been paying Hubble to keep his mouth shut, but I had no idea.
It was your payments to him that got us interested in the first place.
Well, hell, we couldn't make Goodman's work public. What he was doing wasn't official.
Well, how come you know so much about it then?
Well, we found some private notes in his quarters. Hell, the son of a bitch wasn't supposed to be working on germ warfare, for Christ's sakes.
Well, no problem then.
Yeah, but do you think the Russians would have believed us? If that story had got out, do you think anybody would have believed us?
I doubt it. I don't believe a single word.
Yeah. Well, you know your trouble, boy? You've been hanging around them damn Ruskies for too goddamn long.
So you decided to make Goodman a non-person. He doesn't exist. He never existed.
Well, hell, it wasn't as dumb as it sounds. He had no family. And nobody would care enough to check, huh? And if they did, well, there was a computer bug. Sort of thing that happens all the time, huh? It might never get sorted out.
The sister must have been an embarrassment then.
Yes. How did you miss her?
Now, this is where she called from, all right, but she doesn't live here.
Nobody lives here.
This place has been up for sale for over a year.
I spoke to the realtor.
The neighbors?
Nobody's ever met the woman.
So, Dale Goodman doesn't exist. The computer says she does.
Harvey Goodman does exist, and the computer says he doesn't.
Well, if she's not his sister, who the hell is she?
Someone who wants this brought out into the open. Who would benefit from that?
I've been wondering. White, welded clothes.
May I say how impressed I've been with your organization?
Well, I don't think you've seen us quite at our best.
Well, we are alive. That is what is important, is it not?
Yes, we're alive. Anytime you want a job as a detective, Alexander.
Oh, I may avail myself of your invitation, Nathan. I think it would be much more simple than what I am now called on to do.
Yes, I wish you luck.
Спасибо. Успехом.
Detective, my arse. He knew what was in that thing. He knew all along.
He just asked the right question, Davis.
Yeah, question I should have asked.
Well, we were none of us very sharp on this one.
Because it was a game. A Russian game. And that old man outplayed us. Us and the Americans, and he might do it again.
I don't think so.
Well, who was the woman then? I mean, if the Russians didn't set her up to expose the Americans, who did?
We seem to be messed about by everyone. Well, even those two Americans got away with a whole bunch of violations.
Ah, Commander Spring, I presume.
Ah, Miss Goodman. We meet at long last.
Listen, I'm sorry I wasn't around when you called before.
Miss Goodman, there's something I want you to do for me. It could all come out.
Oh, it's not going to come out. Nobody wants it out in the open, for Christ's sakes.
Gentlemen!
What the hell are you doing here?
Oh, well, they let me through to meet you.
What do you want from us?
A little chat. A while back, we had a tip-off from one of your people.
Yeah, about what?
A possible cover-up of some very nasty experiments out in the Ronald Reagan.
Who exactly are you?
Well, my name is Dilly Goodman. No relation, of course. You know what they say. Only the name has been changed to trap the guilty. And did you know that you can change your name quite legally as often as you like?
Do you have some ID?
You might find that a useful tip when you're looking for a new career, assuming you don't go to jail, of course.
World Press Association.
But I am told that you gentlemen are keen for this whole thing to be dealt with out in the open, though. That, and your suggestion that Star Cops should be appointed to the space station, is pretty well bound to count in your favor. And quite honestly, World Press would certainly be behind you on that basis. And now, gentlemen, just a few questions for the people back here on Earth.
like the ripple on the water, sends a message to the shore. So I know forever after, I will miss you more and more. It won't be easy. No, it won't be easy without you. No, no. Reach across the stars, let them know you're with me.
This is Moonbase 1. 1 minute to lift off and counting.
This is traffic controller to Moonbase 1. All personnel must remain clear of the Santoni Italia launch area until launch complete. Will you please clear all traffic immediately? I repeat, will you please clear all traffic immediately? This is traffic controller to Moonbase 1. All personnel must remain clear of the Santoni Italia launch area until launch complete.
Traces of the prohibited substance, hallucinogen HC46, was discovered in the locker of Angelo Pordenone, a safety controller with the Santoni Italia company. When charged, Pordenone simply said he'd brought it back from his last leave and had forgotten all about the drugs. The case has been referred to the European Centralised Police Force, and Pordenone has been returned to his country of origin for trial.
1. Ignition. We have liftoff. Christ! We're losing it! Abort! Abort! Abort!
It's a radiation leak.
It's a red alert, sir.
I know that, Inspector. Let's get suited up, shall we?
Yes, sir. That's what we need.
Check procedure.
Section 6, assemble!
It's been abort on the Santoni Italia launch pad. Where's David? Not seen him. He's on the base. Knew about the alert? Oh, yeah, he knew all right.
Section 8!
There's been a communications blackout.
But I'm sure David took adequate precautions for his own safety.
All clear. All clear. All clear.
So? What happened? I was with Kravenko when it started. They aborted a nuclear waste dumper. Yes, that's right. Base control panicked. Good reason. If those waste rods are cracked, started pouring out that radiation. David, you're right.
Yeah. Why shouldn't I be?
The alert's over, sir.
Look, I know that, Inspector. Anything on the cause?
No, not yet. Kravenko wants us to take a look at the whole Santoni Italia setup. Now, he says there's been a whisper going around. Anyone? No.
What about?
Who knows? Drugs, germs, nothing specific.
Why didn't you tell us about this before?
Screen
I
on.
reckon we ought to investigate where these whispers of his start from.
Yeah, it's for you.
Maybe we should. Yes, hello.
Commander Spring?
Yes?
We haven't met. I'm your new personnel officer.
Yeah. Hello. How's our pension fund?
Safe. Our computer has been trying to communicate with your office computer for the past hour without success.
I'm sorry, you must have caught us on a tea break. We've had a communications blackout. What is it you want?
You have been on the moon for an excess period of duty. You must take leave.
Listen, personnel, we've just had a very serious radiation alert out here.
Medical personnel monitoring requires you to return to Earth, as it does all employees on Moonbase periodically. You can be ordered, relieved of duty,
Oh, forced to enjoy myself, eh?
just to remove your body from space for a period of 7 days will be quite sufficient.
Well,
How you spend those days is, of course, up to you, Commander.
Yes. When does this removal take place?
Immediately. Screen off.
Send us a postcard.
Our own inquiry into the dumper crash has only just begun. My assistant is in the waste storage chamber. He will show you around. As you can imagine, I have much to do.
Do you receive a lot of nuclear waste, Mr. Santonini?
We at Santoni Italia are only responsible for some of Europe's waste. It is deposited here on Moonbase before being sent on its way.
On its way where?
Away from Earth and Moon, amongst the stars. Now, if you will permit.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Santonini.
Colin, do you know where this nuclear waste is stored?
Well, we can find it.
No, listen, you go, I've got some reports to make.
Directions to the waste dump, sir?
Just follow the warning signs.
Thanks a bunch.
Always reports, you policemen.
Always crime. Like one of your guys hiding drugs, wasn't it?
Pordenone has been sent to Earth for punishment.
Yeah, well, let's just say sent to Earth.
Well, Box. Yes, Nathan. We're on our holes. Where do you fancy going? Fancy visiting your birthplace? Recondite Components factory in Guildford sadly no longer exists. It was closed in 2025. Yes, all right, shut up. Holiday venues. Give me some alternatives. You had intended to visit Southern Europe during this present year. Unless I've forgotten. With Miss Jones. Now deceased. I wish you'd erase that. Miss Lee Jones? Deceased. But she is. That is a fact. Yes. Holidays, Nathan? Get it. I'll come back to you when we land. Very well.
Just leaving the last faint gravitational pull of the moon and traveling through the gravitational equalization zone known as L5.
Would you mind? Should I join you in here, huh? Oh,
Please do.
oh, I am in with a man, huh? Oh, what sort? Huh? You know, he, huh? Yes.
You're in with the lustful male, that's
See, yes. That is what he did.
really international approach, eh?
Yes, I do not like it.
From him or from anybody?
I do not like it from him. Thank you very much.
Well, perhaps he meant it as a compliment.
It's one I do not wish to receive.
Well, you're perfectly safe here. Just make yourself at home.
Oh, thank you very much.
Passengers on the left-hand side of the shuttlecraft can obtain a fine view of the planet Earth hanging there.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Oh, dear, silly. Oh, look, Lena, I am named.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
Spring, Nathan Spring, I am named.
Thank you.
Where are you heading, Lena?
I don't understand, sorry.
Where are you going? What's your destination?
Oh, I am going near Ravenna, northern Italy, you know, my home.
Oh. You work on Moonbase?
Yes, I work on Moonbase. But they say too much, you know, go home for a bit of leave,
That's
so...
the same for me, that's what they said.
Really?
Yes.
Oh.
Whereabouts do you live in northern Italy then?
I live in a little island village between Ravenna and Venezia. Oh, that's sorry.
Venice?
Oh, you know about Venice?
Yes, I do. It's very sad. I was always meant to visit there.
Now there's only water. Everywhere you look, there's water, water, huh? It was, as you say, tragedy.
Mind you, I'm used to looking at vast expanses of nothingness, mind you. Same as you, eh?
Yes.
But this week, I'm on my holiday. I want something completely different. Do you know that I have never been to Italy?
You've never been to Italy?
Never been to Italy.
Oh, you must go. Oh, you know, it's so pretty, you know. It's my home country.
Yes.
I mean, even without Venice, you know, Italy's still very splendid. Florence and Napoli and Siena, and you must see Roma.
Rome, yeah,
Hey,
Rome,
for
yes.
you, Roma. Yes, and St. Peter's and the Pantheon and
What's
the
the name
Vatican.
of the fountain?
Oh, La Fontana di Trevi. Oh,
Yes.
yes. And the catacombs. Oh, yes. Down there, you need to find someone to hold your hand, yes? Oh, no, I'm sorry. I can see that you're not a man who needs that.
Aren't I?
Oh, it is a pity. You know, I'm expected home today. Hey! But I could meet you at the catacombs in a few days' time. I forget. Would that be acceptable?
Lena, that would be very, very acceptable.
Oh, good.
You could turn this holiday into a real holiday.
You know, the actors are playing funny games with me. The director says, yes, Davis, go see everything you want. But everywhere's closed, too dangerous. Vietato, it is forbidden. You know the Italians. They say no like it's a last judgment without any hope of appeal. I reckon a protest is in order, perhaps to Comrade Cravenko.
Well, Nathan left Theroux in charge.
Yeah, but you've seen him?
I know what you mean.
What is it with that bloke? Whenever I need his support, he's somewhere else.
He's allowing you initiative, Colin?
No, it's not.
I don't know, maybe he doesn't like Italians.
Yeah, I can understand that.
Ox, get me out of here.
You have an appointment at the Catacomb of Domitilla the day after tomorrow.
Can't stand 2 more days at this rate.
I have no contact point for Miss Lena Nogella.
Oh, I know. Well, contact Moonbase. Get her address from personnel files. Get hold of her, will you? Just gonna take a rain check.
There's no trace of anyone with that name. Hope you haven't trusted her with your holiday book.
She was an engineer. She worked for, they got a mining concession for taking mineral samples of the moon.
Sunzek.
Sunsec, yes.
Yeah, I know who Sunzek are, mate. Look, I've checked the whole personnel print-up of every femme fatale working anywhere on Moonbase.
I was supposed to leave it the day after tomorrow. I just wanted to call it off, move on.
Not feeling up to it, eh?
How's everything?
Fine.
Well, is that it?
Yeah. Enjoy your holds. Screen off.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this way please for the English-speaking tour. Follow me if you will. Here you find yourselves in the warm towers of in the early centuries AD, the individual burial grounds still bear the names of the owners of the property in which they lie. Domitilla, Priscilla, Maximus, Ottavilla, and so on. Nearly all of these temples, we carry the cross.
You asked us to investigate that aborted launch 2 days ago. I have talked to those people until I am blue in the face and they still won't commit themselves to anything.
Yes, and they cannot force the Santonia Italia director to give you access if they say the launch and storage area might be hazardous to your health. Now, Director Santonini says the launch is being remounted by computer graphic reconstruction taken from their instrumentation data. The replay of the launch will show what happened. Then we examine their findings.
Yeah, but would that constitute enough of an investigation?
Perhaps, but I'm not the policeman.
And the cult of the Emperor as attested with the Empire at the height of his glory, unified and confident, the Christians posed no threat. But by the second half of the 3rd century, those who dissembled were suspicious. Come, let me push you. There were escaping into this subterranean world. With its chambers, towers, and galleries of graves.
Va bene, grazie. I'll think of something to tell them. Screen on. I must see you.
Well?
In person, you understand?
I thought we decided to leave it be for the time being.
Madla, you must help me.
I'll be at the recreation section 1 hour's time. Screen off.
Look, Inspector, I have checked with our computer in Geneva, and they tell me that you are the local expert in these matters. But when I ask you who you think it might be who'd want to kill me, you just say, I don't know.
Well, little point in spoiling your holiday any further, Commander. We know who the dead man was. Angelo Pordenone.
Yes, I know. We busted him just recently. What we didn't know was that the man was an assassin.
Yes, when killed to order, often don't leave records with us. He traces in his syringe. So, chemical compound. My cardio stimulant of such high intensity, your heart would have ruptured. This Carolina was used to tempt you to the catacombs.
And I thought she was just after my body.
Sorry?
Forget it.
Commander, we are provincial. I do not fly in space. I live here. I will continue my investigations with great diligence. But in Italy there is a strong tradition amongst criminals. Silenzio.
Well, do let me know when it breaks, won't you?
You're leaving, Commander?
Yes.
Can I hear this somewhere?
No, it's all right. Sorry.
You go. I don't know. I must go, all right?
Folks, get me out of this bloody place.
There is a 2-day package to Peru.
All right. How much?
917.
Today?
13.7.
Check my bank account.
Credit 105,000.
I said my bank account box, not the European Police Commissioner's.
That is your statement. 105,000 euro dollars in credit.
I never had that much money in my life.
You have now, Nathan.
Ciao, Madla. So public.
Better than all on open communications. Anyway, man-woman contact hasn't been forbidden on Moonbase.
Not yet.
Angelo Bordello. Miss Carolina was used to tempt you to the Commander Spring. Commander Spring.
Commander, are you all right? Commander. I brought photographs of girls for you to identify Lena from, maybe. You don't look at all well. Not yourself at all. Have you taken something you shouldn't have, Commander? No? It's yours, Commander.
Get out. Get out.
As you wish, Commander.
Up into the darkness opened at my feet was far, far deeper than the blackest night. Farewell, my lovely. Farewell, my lovely.
You must resume that delivery. That will satisfy the bosses down there.
It isn't possible until Krivenko decides there's no chance of another space dumper crash.
I can't wait for that.
You will have to, Marla. One blunder cannot be followed by another.
Your screw-up, Carla, not mine.
It won't be long before we can resume flights. The police have found nothing apart from Angelo Pordenone.
Will you talk?
Not anymore. He had a slight accident in Roma. Now, you must help me. I need some of your company explosive wrapping material. Just enough to show as evidence that we'll blow the Star Corps even further off course.
Then we can start things moving again. I've ordered.
So have I. Don't worry. Soon it'll be all right. Flights resumed. Profits made will silence the people in Palermo. We'll be back in favor.
Or like Angelo.
That will only happen if we fail the Don. I must go. There is much to do now.
G'day. Hi. Pal Kenzie. Marla Condorini. We're from the same patch of ground. Sydney, right? Yep. I wonder why we never crossed paths. I'm always halfway down a mine, exploring the underside of some god-awful piece of stony ground. I saw you on the newscast. You're famous. Only for a while. Still a Star Cop? Yeah. Well, if you fancy a change of scene, I'm at the Sunzak unit. Come over anytime. Might just do that, Mama. Good. Yeah. Ciao.
Nathan, Transcenter flight has 3 seats available. 2 first class, 1 cabin. The Andy Sheraton has vacancies in the Titicaca's. Forget it. Nathan, you instructed. The holiday's over. We're going back to work. Personnel said 7 days leave minimum. We have only enjoyed 4. Go to hell, Doctor. Is that reachable by Strato Transcender flight? Jokes now. No, that is not possible. Just get me on that shuttle. To hell?
Why once you press down on the Italians, they're laughing at us. Everywhere we want to go, they say
That
no.
only Italian won't even let us in there, for
Why?
Christ's
Because of
sake.
what they dumped in space?
No, because it's dangerous to your health.
No, I'm not scared of nuclear
You're
waste.
an idiot, then.
Don't you call me an idiot.
Look, I'm the boss here. I'm in charge, so you...
And you're not the man. What the hell is going on here? We're getting nowhere because he wasn't the outsider in charge.
Commander, we can't just force our way into a nuclear waste
Only because the
storage chamber.
Italians
We
won't
are
let
not
us.
ready.
There's more going on in the launch of
one. There is no concrete evidence.
I think there is. Right, now find it. You find your way to communicate. You get me an interview with Krivenko right now, Colin. What have you got things to do?
What are you running here? Oh, well, it's great to have you back.
What are you doing back here so early?
Ah, good holiday. No, not really. More of a working trip the way it turned out.
You should arrest Commander for this crime you say exists in space. Your job must be taxing.
Don't worry, I'm a survivor. I want your authorization to enter his work area.
You won't need it.
I was told I can investigate anyone and any time.
We have nothing to hide, Commander.
Then why are you blocking my men?
We think we know what happened to the launch.
What do you believe that could be?
Plastic burnt. Is this a suspect symbol? It's explosive wrapping. What's it from, a bomb?
Not bad.
That was found in the wreckage on the launch pad, perhaps planted to damage guidance systems when the dumper was due for launch.
Sabotage, Commander. A real case for you to solve. More required than searching workers' lockers. Find out who would want to destroy my company's reputation for safety. That would justify your existence.
You said you saw Santonini and Marla Convini together. What was that for, an assignation?
What?
Might they be lovers?
Oh, sure, they might.
Well, it happens to the strangest people.
Well, it's the moonlight, you know? Oh, no, not those two. You can trust your Auntie Pal. She knows about such things.
Why have you brought this to me?
By your Sunsack mining head.
Yes. Well, it looks like part of a blasting pack. So? Where did you get it? The Tranquility blasting site?
No. I'm told the San Antonio Italia launch pad.
Oh, that's impossible. Explosive charges would never be allowed there. Well, the director says they were.
He thinks the sabotage caused the failure of their last launch. Well, naturally, he'd look to Sunsec as a source of the explosives, given such an obvious clue.
Are you crazy? Do you know what those dumper things carry? We all work on Moonbase. Why should anyone risk contamination? It doesn't make sense.
No. Still, I'll have to talk to your people. Check work rotas, staff movements, explosive stores, security, that sort of thing.
I'll arrange access for you.
Thank you very much. Listen, why don't you go with Miss Condorini? I'll have a stumble round by myself.
No worries there. Jackie, you'll need a guide. Some of our testing labs are security rigged. This way, Kenzie. I'll show you the exit check procedure.
We believe the device was planted in the guidance and control computer system, linked through the inertia guidance platforms, and timed to coincide with the launch.
But that presupposes an inside knowledge of space dumper technology. Who would possess that?
Myself?
All right, then why wasn't the information given to us before, Mr. Santonini?
It is only now available.
Who else would possess that kind of expertise?
My engineers, all of whom are entirely trustworthy. Oh, and the man you Star Cops sent to Earth.
Angelo Pordenone.
Oh, yeah.
Prohibited substances concealed by him, found by us?
An unfortunate discovery for him.
Yeah, but he wouldn't have had time to set up its sabotage, would he?
How much time do you need?
Was he upset, vindictive?
Angelo begged for me to intercede for him. Now, what could I do? You are the power, the law here now. The old free days are no more. Then I could have helped him. Now, I said I could do nothing.
And how did he take that?
Revenge is a tradition still with us. Angelo was not British. He was Sicilian. He had emotion, rage.
You used the past tense.
Well, of course. He's dead. Murdered. Didn't you policemen know?
You know we weren't shown everything back there.
Yep, I was just showing rovers, security stalls, and heaps of moon rock.
I was guided past one laboratory quite smoothly.
Did you know she offered me a job with Sunzek back there?
What else?
Security, protection. You know, police work. And maybe I should take it.
Screen on.
Nathan, Pordenone, the guy we arrested with drugs in his locker, I just heard he's dead.
Who told you that?
Santonini.
Yes?
Well, it looks like Pordenone, Nathan. I mean, he must have set the device that caused the dumper launch failure. That's the way it looks.
Does it?
Yeah, he had the motive. The director wouldn't help him out of a jam when we nabbed him, and being shipped back to Earth would close off his career in space for good. And if he was mafia-controlled, that would explain why he was killed.
Maybe. Career? You said career. Career in what?
Rocketry guidance systems engineering.
But he was an engineer. Well, what the hell was he doing mucking around with explosives? Well, why didn't he alter a coordinator to him? I mean, who would have known? Certainly not Santonini. He's not an engineer or a scientist. He's a controller, a manager.
Look, I saw the graphics on the computer, Nathan, and you found the remains of the Sunzek explosive.
I didn't find it, I was given it. And you were shown what you were shown.
Well, at least I bothered to take a look.
Well, maybe you saw what you wanted to see. Look again.
Screen off.
What the hell's the matter with that guy?
What's the matter with him? What's the matter with you, mate?
Foil Gasper conjuring. I need explanations, Nathan. The Italian police are preparing charges accusing you of killing Pordenone.
Look, Alex, I have not got any explanations. They're staying on me here, man. What possible motive could I have for killing him?
Pordenone says you are taking payoffs up here to allow you to transport prohibited substances between Earth and Moon. When he was caught, they say he went down to Rome, killed him to stop him talking.
I was sent to Earth. I didn't go there of my own accord. He tried to kill me.
There's an inspector of police who says he found a drug in your room. He saw you, obviously, under its influence.
Yes. Look, I was stupid enough to stick the tip of my tongue into heroin concentrate 46.
You're lucky to still have any senses left, Nathan.
Alex, I am being framed. There's money being paid into my account. Look, I'm out on a limb on this one. I don't know who I can trust, but I know I am being set up. Why? Well, it's got to have something to do with this dumper crash. Although what the connection between this and sending nuclear waste into space is, I just don't know.
It's sabotage.
Not with glyco-ignite. I just don't believe it. There must be simpler ways.
So, what is the solution?
I haven't got a solution.
Really, Nathan, I shall be sorry to lose you for Mondays.
Alex, can you buy me time? I must have time.
The ESL will certainly suspend you. It's a question of necessity. The Italian papers are full of the scandal. I'm surprised you haven't yet been relieved of duty. I'm sorry, Nathan. It's out of my hands.
You know, mention the job to me. I'd like to come in and discuss it. Great. Come on in. Right.
Okay, guys, just in case. This is Moon Rover 3. Time delay message to Starcop Communicator Channel 7. I'm now approaching...
I got into the Aussie police computer. There's nothing criminal on Marla Condorini herself, but her dad apparently was a real crime lord. Got gunned down in the Sydney subway by order of the Commissioner of Crime Bosses.
Well, when was it?
1999.
When Marla was what? Six.
Yeah, but it's not that. The link to today, Santonini. They're all linked. They're all Italian. Santonini's father was married to a Condorini sister. They're all family.
You mean mafia?
Yeah. Well, they would help each other, wouldn't they? Blood being a greater density than water and all that. But nothing to protest about.
All right. Look, let's check back over everything that happened on the day of that launch. Still for any of us to miss the obvious. Now, where's Kenzie?
Over at Sunzek. Oh, hiding somewhere, probably. Buried in the administrative detail of avoiding action at any cost.
That's enough. Box. Check on the monitoring record of Moon-based communications control on the day of the launch, 10/7. Compare it with the 3 previous Fridays. Let me know if there's any variation in routine arrivals, departures, anything at all out of the ordinary.
Yes, Nathan.
And when you've done that, I want you to... Oh, David.
It appears that I have no option but to relieve you of command, sir.
What's that, Kane Mutiny? Pat McMurray?
I've just received instructions from European Space Liaison that following your suspension from duty, I'm to take over control here. And you have to return to face an inquiry in Geneva. For what? Corruption, smuggling, and murder.
What can I play all these meteorites? They often contain valuable elements. Silicates, for example. Some we have yet to find a use for, but we will increasingly. There will be competition from rival companies out here. I'd like someone to keep our security secure. Have you discovered anything on the moon that could be worth protecting? Maybe. That's confidential. As a member of the team, you'd share in the proceeds. Sunzek's going to expand, believe me. There might be room for you as part of that future. Would you like to think about it? Yeah. I reckon I would. Oh, excuse me. I'll take it in my cubicle. 2 minutes. Give you a chance to consider. Right.
What? That now I'm your boss?
No, not you. Nathan, it's the setup it's going to be.
Look, Colin, when you use your head, it's bound to be a mistake. It'll be cleared up by the inquiry.
I think I'm onto something. I've been working on a possible link between Santonini and Malaconda.
Back up. Now, I intend to name Angelo Pordenone as the saboteur.
Oh, come on!
Italia property with a simple motive of revenge. It is as straightforward as that, Colin. So you prepare an official statement and process it. Please. Now, where's Kinsey?
Over at Sunzek, sir.
What's she doing there?
I don't know, sir.
Well, look, you contact her right away. And if she's not directly involved with collecting evidence of the theft of Sunzek explosives, you tell her to get her butt back over here, and I mean right away.
Where's Nathan?
Commander Spring is no longer part of this operation, or in charge of the Star Cops at Moon.
Yeah, I have noticed.
Look! I don't like this any more than you do, but I am insisting that you get on with your job. Or you may as well pack your bag and climb aboard that shuttle for Earth this afternoon with the commander.
I thought you're on this table.
Uranium, eh? It's a bit like striking the world back in the old days.
Quite a discovery.
But there's international restrictions, and whose sale is prohibited.
If the Big Five find out about it.
Right.
But lots of smaller nations are only too delighted to have the option to buy samples of our discovery. Illegally. For profit.
You know, Marla, I think Sunzek could be the kind of company of the future.
You are bright.
On the day of 10/7, the most significant factor was a communications blackout that caused a corresponding lack of data to process on the tape with previous cross-reference for data. This could be due to a moonquake that was
predicted. Well, that was the same day as the San Antonio Italia launch. That must be impressive. What was the time of the launch?
Virtually the same.
A predicted moonquake?
Tidal forces exerted onto the moon by Earth can be predicted. Such an occurrence was due on the day of the space dumper crash, Nathan.
Well, could a moon tremor cause the launch to abort?
Yes.
An event which could have, should have been prevented. Fox, you get me the exact time of that launch and the flight trajectory patterns.
36 and 23. Standard flight path. 16.6 and 10.7. A variation. 1 degree, 17 minutes.
All right. What does that take us? No, very much.
The deviant trajectory would bring dumper craft past disused space station S9.
I can't let you go in there, Commander. I've got to examine that cargo load before it's due to be lost. Examine it. Examine it for what, Nathan? That stuff is lethal. There are easier ways to destroy yourself. Well, like what happened to your father. You knew about it. He died from a radiation leak from a nuclear booster. I suppose that's on my file. Yes? Look, when that dumper crash happened last week, all I could think of was my poor, ravaged father. I watched the process of destruction that ended in his death, and I thought that what happened to him could happen to me. All I want to do is stay away from that stuff. Look, I don't know what was in that dumper crash, but I don't believe it was nuclear waste. Now, I've got to go in there. Are you going to stop me? You come with me, Dave.
No. No pressure.
Oh, yes, there is.
You bitch! I wondered how you'd manage the heroics.
Your delayed warning message came through.
Come aside and sport. You bloody bitch. No worries, Marla. So you have been of some use today.
You took your chance, didn't you? Could have been locked in a passionate embrace somewhere.
No chance of that, Cole.
She's right, you are a bitch. screwed up on that launch, didn't you? You should have cancelled when that moonquake was predicted. You would have done flipping a straightforward flight to dump nuclear waste in space. You didn't. I checked its trajectory. Disused Space Station S9. What the hell did you have up there? Something to smuggle back? Whatever this stuff is. Back to Earth under protection of radiation warning symbols, is that it?
Not bad. Uranium ore makes plutonium. You're right, I shouldn't have launched from that deck. When it went wrong, I had to cover the little mistake. And as I already had instructions to discredit you and the Star your mark out will be built in Italy. Drugs found in your room. Large sums of money found in your account. You messed all that up by surviving. Up to now, eh? The next number to take waste will also carry your body. You will float around the stars undisturbed. We recommend that our cases be left unopened for 1,000,000 years. You understand? Maybe you're right. The timing's a bit scary. Oh, I thought I'd better make the effort to get in here.
You have a success on your hands in keeping the mafia, or whatever they call itself, out of space.
Wait, but you mean out of space? We haven't kept them out of space. We've kept them out of here, and just for now.
You must stop the mafia from poisoning space, as well as Earth.
Fine, Alex. You tell me how. Eh? How?
You can breathe out now.
Well, why is that?
Because the inquiry has been withdrawn. I am relieved of command.
Hey,
Welcome back, sir.
Commander.
Yes, thank you. Listen, who's the duty officer on 387 inbound? You're cutting it a bit fine, aren't you? Listen, Beavis, what do you want? Enough, that's it. Wrong, you're over time. Listen, those uranium retrieval craft, they must have had Earth docking coordinates. I want you to find them. All right? Go to the San Antonio Italia databanks. Somehow. Yes, I know. Look, give me everything you can. Take a couple of bodies if you need. Go ahead.
Commander.
We'll last meeting now.
Friend of yours.
Yes?
Commander Spring. I have just learned you are not to be returned to Earth and that your suspension has been withdrawn.
Oh, good news travels slow.
Your leave quota therefore remains unfulfilled. You must complete your break from your present 1/6 gravitational environment. Eh?
What do you mean?
Oh, dear, thanks, Bob. Take that break, Commander. Down here, Pronto. Bring off.
But the personnel, listen. Well, Chief Superintendent, it would appear you are the man in there.
Well, where are you going to be, Commander, just in case we desperately need to come?
Who the hell cares?
Well, don't forget the program this
Damn it! Haven't you two good people got something to do? Well, let's shift our butts. Now.
station. Your ETA in the moon's geostationary orbit is 8:27 GMT. Do you copy? Do you copy? I repeat, do you copy?
I'm heading off along the starboard side of the ship now. I'm right by the forward access port, which is also sealed. These dents seem to be consistent with some kind of media damage. Yeah, this is the emergency repressurization system, which has not been activated.
There's no evidence of any major catastrophe.
Don't you think that's a bit premature?
Stand by. I should be able to get a good look inside the cockpit.
Shuttle off a tube, come back in. Shuttle off a tube, come back in.
Okay, now.
What happened?
Well, Nathan, I saw the pilot of somebody. And someone, I don't know, it's not a pretty sight.
Well, it's got to be better than the toe of your boot.
You reckon? I can see all the way through to the mess hall. They're all dead.
Yes, so much is obvious. David, can you get me more light in there?
Look, I don't know if I want to. Sorry, but that's the best I can do.
That's all right. Call it a day. Get him back in. Kinsey, will you get him back in? Kinsey! David, you have 14 minutes left of oxygen.
Ah, Nathan. May I present Dr. Anna Schoon? Dr. Schoon, Commander Nathan Spring.
Oh. I'm very pleased to meet you. Well, now you're here, perhaps we can proceed. I do think we've waited long enough.
Your enthusiasm is commendable, but there are certain customary procedures. It is a courtesy to allow a representative of the medical firm responsible for the ship to be the first on board.
Well, it is a courtesy not to leave dead men orbiting the moon.
Well, now we have a doctor.
Forgive me if I'm wrong, but I thought we had several doctors on Moonbase, including yourself.
Commander, if there has been a delay, it was the fault of my company, and I apologize on their behalf.
Oh, please. Well, don't apologize. It's not your fault. I'll introduce you to David Theroux. Tell me, when can you leave?
As soon as you wish.
Well, before you go, Nathan, excuse me. Listen, when I took this job, I was told I'd have a free hand. I didn't know I'd have the other one tied behind my back.
I'm sorry, my hands were also tied.
Well, I'd just like to be involved.
Helmer didn't want to involve you, Clover, treating it as a simple in-flight accident.
But simple it is not.
No, why do you say that?
Well, the positioning of the body's for one thing. Normally, when somebody dies, people stand up. They were all sitting down. It means they died precisely at the same moment, instantaneously, to the second.
Electricity?
Oh, plastic seats. Well, the probe showed no sign of radiation, no chemical toxins, no foreign pathogens.
Stranger things have happened.
Well, not on my beat.
I'm afraid I have another cake for you.
Look, it never rains, but it pours.
Pardon?
It's an English expression.
No, I received news this morning that a radio contact has been lost with a very dear colleague of mine, Christina Jensen.
Well, the star regeneration expert.
Oh, you've heard of her. Well, you know then that she works in an orbiting lab. Her regulation call-ins have not been received for 60 hours.
Well, what you need is a radio mechanic.
No. I need a friend with security clearance and transport. Her course will bring her opposite the moon in 3 hours' time.
You're not asking me to go there now, eh? Alex, look, I have been waiting for 48 hours for the go-ahead on Pluto 5.
You have deputies.
I could say the same to you. This woman is my dearest, most honored colleague. I have grave fears for her safety. I cannot order you to go there. I can only tell you how important it is to me.
All right, then I go.
You are my comrade and brother.
Very impressive, Colin. But you have to do it in here.
I wouldn't let me anywhere else. I've got to do it somewhere. The well-known fact, the long hypergravity is a disastrous effect on the human body.
Yeah? Well, it's a much ignored fact that men stink when they post fire.
Healthy body, healthy mind.
In your case, Colin, I wouldn't count on it.
It's a changing plan. What the hell is that? Kenzie, you're going to Pluto Pike.
What?
You'll be with David. Something's come up. Highest chef to control.
With the group where democracy been hindered.
There's something about democracy. Colin. Colin! Yeah. You'll have to hold the fort. I'm going out to work orbit F6. Highest chef to control.
This is control.
Thank you, control. I want an interorbital vehicle to rendezvous with the Janssen Space Lab 30 minutes. What is it with you, Kenzie? You complain when I keep you in the office, you complain when I send you out to the field. Colin, will you stop that? Now, I've told you before. If you don't like the work, I can have you transferred.
Well, I do like the work. I just can't see the point of some of it. I mean, those guys have been dead for a year and a half. Whatever killed them was in the asteroid belt.
Yes, well, I want you to make sure that it's not still on board. I'll check it if you like. Kenzie can handle it. It's David's time to go soon. Huh? Yes, Dr. Anna Schultz, Japanese girl. She works for Hanamed, the medical advisor to the survey group.
Maybe a call. Someone new for you to hear.
Hadn't you better get yourself a suit? David is going to be waiting. Well, read this. When you get your breath back, perhaps you'd like to find out everything you can about Christina Janssen. The biologist. She was a chemist. Isn't she still? Let's hope so.
Alpha 2, on my mark. You have 60 seconds to docking. Mark. Copy control, 60 seconds to docking. Check. Okay, Kenzie, look. I'm going in first. If there's no obvious danger, I'll signal to you within 3 minutes. But if you don't see my signal, Kenzie, you leave me on that ship. Agreed?
Okay. No.
But you're 50.
You are entering the ship on my company's authority. It is I who will go first.
No, I can't allow that.
I'm afraid you can't stop me. It is my company's name on the investigation warrant. And I have been detailed to the department.
Oh, with all due respect, Officer, I wouldn't take your instructions too literally.
I always do.
Yes, proceeding on automatic.
You seem pretty dedicated to this Hanamed outfit.
They are my very father to me.
Well, that's a fair
Family organization, that's nice.
No, multinational corporation. We have the Medicaid contract for most of the interplanetary space project.
You had the Medicaid contract. I don't imagine 2005 will have done your business much good.
There is as yet no evidence to suggest the primary failure of medical support.
And you're here to make sure we don't
Locking off.
No, I am here like yourself, in search of the truth.
Yeah? Well, I'm just here trying to make an honest profit.
For change.
Our leader is ready to meet you.
Dr. Janssen? Certainly keeps it hot in here. The temperature is 41.2 degrees. Dr. Janssen? Dr. Janssen? Dr. Janssen? Check the traffic computers. See if anyone's been near this craft for the last few days. Checking.
The answer is no. Mr. Standard Eurospace Lab. Where do they keep the thermostat box? The manual reset is above the main port. Clear screen. Movement center control. Room base. Kenny Kravenko. Given. It's bad news, I'm afraid, Alex.
How bad?
The worst. I'm sorry. It would appear I arrived 2 hours too late.
Have you any idea of the cause?
I have no idea at all. We can't rule out suicide.
I can. There's absolutely nothing her nature. She was first and foremost a scientist. Impulsive actions were completely foreign to her.
Well, it wasn't exactly impulsive. She broke up communication 2 days ago. Alex, I'll bring the body back and find out what I can at this end. You did everything you could. That's it, clear.
Dr. Stoon, come in, please. Dr. Stoon, come in, please. Do you read me?
This is Alpha 2. We have no contact.
Anna, are you okay? 5 minutes. Anna. Dr. Stoon, come in, please. Come in, Dr. Stoon. Anna. Dr. Stoon, do you read? Anna, go to the ship's radio. No. Use the ship's radio.
Look, she can't hear you. Let's go in there.
Kenzie, the procedures are waiting.
The procedure. Why the hell didn't you contact us like you were supposed to? When you're in here alone, anything could have happened. Maybe not alone. What do you mean, not alone? There are 4 crew members in the cockpit and 3 in the galley. And there's the 8th. I checked the sleeping quarters and they're empty.
What's the problem?
We're missing a stiff.
Are you sure? Right here.
I suppose you're used to this kind of thing. It's impossible to get used to this kind of thing. I'm sorry if I was getting at you before. I wasn't aware of it. What do you make of them? But the composition is too far advanced. I'm not a forensic scientist. You're not? No, I'm a general physician. Oh, I thought you'd be forensic. David's taking his time. Actually, it's quite unlikely the remaining crew member is still alive on board. Why do you say that? If you smell the dead body, you know they make the worst possible roommates, huh? You're not counting Colin Davis. I just found the egg. What's that?
It's her thermostat.
Suppose you guys saw it all, did you? Pardon? Wasn't talking to you. She drained her computer. I have some information for you. From Davis? Yes. Run it up then. I don't know why you don't get yourself a secretary for this sort of thing. I don't think of better ways of getting a store back. Anyway, put your news clips together. That's all you want, because it's all you're getting. It's 1:10. My dinner time.
finally, the European Young Scientist of the Year award has been won by... Meanwhile, in Copenhagen, a team of Danish scientists working on cell regeneration and the Nobel Prize for Science was awarded unanimously to the Danish biochemist Christina Jansen, pioneer of the drug Jagadil. On the eve of this year's ceremony, criticism has been levelled at last year's winner, Christina Jansen. A report in the German magazine, Heute, claims that her drug trials were conducted without the consent of the patients. A spokesman for Dr. Jansen said that in view of the drug's enormous contribution to humanity, there surely can be no cause for concern.
Large.
No cause for concern.
Large.
No cause for concern.
Large.
No cause for concern.
Okay, print.
That's the last of them. What have you found?
It looks as though the cabin was overheating. I think he was trying to fix the acclimatizer.
But do you think they were poached to death then?
No, the failsafe is still connected. It would have kicked in, though, as soon as the cabin temperature exceeded 41 degrees.
Why 41?
Because that's how it's set.
It's the upper limit of human body's tolerance to heat. But so it would kill you? No, it is about much higher temperatures for short periods of time. Well, for how short? Well, we can withstand double the temperatures for about an hour.
Oh, so they would have had time at least to unzip their suits. So that's one theory shot to hell.
I was just thinking out loud.
Hey, your contribution is appreciated, Kenzie. What have you got there?
Oh, personal effects. Books, photographs of families, music, tile. You see them like this and you forget there were people once. I'll hold it with the bag. I haven't done this one yet. This one is the Winter's Dream. He had a condo somewhere with palm trees and two blonde-haired daughters.
Well, I hope to God they never see him like this.
Well, there's a few people I wouldn't mind seeing like this.
Will you shut it, Kenzie? And turn that damn thing off! You know, every time I think I detect a germ of compassion in you, you prove me wrong. Why is that?
It's a defense mechanism, isn't it, Anna? You must honor death in both words and action. I was asking you as a doctor, not as a Buddhist. This is him. Winter's Dream. He reads spy novels. Tube of chocolate. One tube of chocolate. Chewing gum. Chewing gum. Yankee. One Yankee. Pill. That's it. Pill.
What kind of pills?
Oh, Pheramol. They all have them.
Dr. Sheen, what's Pheramol?
It's an iron supplement. After a couple of years in space, your red blood cells begin to break up. You take one a week. Does it work? Oh, yes, certainly. Well, I must take some back for Colin Davis. He needs all the help he can get.
Come on! Nice dear, put me on the bike. Who won? The bike did. I would never do that, you know. That's what my wife used to say. Which one? I don't know, the fourth one. That's what I call Letty Price. Listen, Colin, find somewhere else to do that, will you? What are these? Oh, it's a present from Kenzie. Virility pills. Those poor bastards on pseudo fibre taking them, not very much good to them now. Feral. Iron. It's typical sales stuff. You taking these? Oh, my coblet. Everything in that shit's been labelled grade 6. The inside of that box is probably seasoned with space poison. Do you believe that? What a computer came up with? Oh, well, if the computer came up with it, must be true. True, yes. You're beginning to get boring. Go on, then. Why don't you think of a poison? I only believe in things you can see. If you can't detect it, there's a very good chance that it's not there. That's the sort of thing they got the ostrich where it is today. How much do you know about Hanimed? Only what I learned from Madame Butterfly. Who? You know, what's her face? Cheerful Chin.
She's Japanese, she's a doctor, and her name is Anna Schroon. So what did she tell you? Her whole spiel. Well, they're a multinational. Contract medical care, mainly in the Pacific Basin. Got a lot of big space contracts like that. They do everything themselves. Build hospitals, train doctors, design equipment, make drugs, and exercise breaks. What's more, they feed, clothe, and house most of their employees. That's part of the course in Japan. So, little Anna.
Honored President,
Have you solved our puzzle?
I have tried to dignify the company with my work.
And what did you find?
The computation of evidence suggests an unidentified toxin.
Indeed. And what is your advice?
It is not for me to advise.
All the same, I'm interested in your opinion.
It is suggested that ship and its contents should be destroyed.
Your opinion, Dr. Schulen?
That is my opinion, sir.
In that case, it will be my opinion also. Good night, Anna.
Good night, sir.
What is your opinion, Doctor?
I was making a confidential report. It is impolite of you to intrude.
It's impolite of you to make a confidential report. Lance, we're supposed to be investigating this thing together.
The head of my company wished to speak with me.
Does he do that often?
No, I have never previously had the privilege.
I imagine he normally talks to somebody more senior. But I'm rather surprised he didn't send somebody more senior. At least somebody with forensic. Does it strike you as odd that you were chosen for this job?
I do not question company decisions.
No. I imagine that's your star quality. Doctor, I'm sorry. There's something I want you to see. Do you know who this is?
Christina Janssen, the discoverer of Jervil.
Which is marketed by...
The drug is marketed by Hanimed.
Hanimed, yes. They sponsor her research. They pay for her lab. Have done for years, right?
Yes, the company delivers excellence. She's a most brilliant biochemist.
She was your most brilliant biochemist. She's dead now.
Oh, no. It's not true.
She committed suicide. Extraordinary enough, it was the same day that Pluto 5 came back in that she broke off contact with the outside world. 2 days later, she killed herself. Well, if you don't believe me, you can see for yourself. We have the body in Moonbase mortuary.
Why did she do it?
No idea. But when I found her, she was sitting up with the heating full on. She died instantly. Now, does that remind you of anything? Because I know what it reminds me of. And Hanimed is the common denominator.
It's not my concern. My work's finished.
And my work is just becoming more interesting.
I'm not a detective.
And I don't work inside Hanimed, that's why I need you to help me.
Commander Spring, many people underestimate Japanese women. We are gentle, but not feeble. You cannot force me to cooperate.
But you don't know what I want you to do yet.
You want me to turn against my company?
Oh, well, so you do think the company might be at fault?
No.
So what killed these people, Anna?
I don't know.
You don't know who you used to know. What was it, invisible toxin?
Yes. Yes.
Well, let's see, shall we? I have some of it here. Now, this came from Pluto 5. I'm not allowed to open this because it's contaminated with something which is so deadly it can kill a man before he can stand up. Do you believe that, Anna?
Please be careful.
Do you? Do you believe that too? We're still here. We're still here. Now, there's an explanation of what happened on Pluto 5. Christina Janssen must have worked that out because she killed herself exactly the same way. Now, why was that? Was it guilt? Was that survey crew unwittingly involved in some kind of experiment?
I will not. How can I help you?
You can find out what Christina Jansen's research was.
I refuse to betray the trust of my company.
Oh, not betrayal, trust. What is all this? You're just frightened of embarrassing your ridiculous company.
They are my family.
They're using you.
Monsieur! Let me go now.
Do I use people, Bob?
How long an answer do you want?
Brief.
Well, be more specific.
Do I exploit people unfairly?
Is it possible to exploit people fairly?
Fox, I am doing this for psychotherapy. I don't want a lesson semantics.
You have said before that you can't make an omelette without breaking eggs.
Or cookery.
It is part of your job to make people act against their natures. The technique you use is a matter for your own conscience to decide.
I don't know. It seems that since Lee died, I've become less sensitive, more mechanical. What do you think?
I don't see being mechanical as anything to be ashamed of.
Thank you, Brooks. That's all.
This is through the brain. It shows thrombosis of the remaining arteries. No necrosis. Next. Yes, this is the mid-thoracic section. It's huge emboli in both pulmonary veins. Next. This is through her heart, which shows total obstruction of all three vessels. No infarction. There wasn't time for the tissue to die.
Look, I'm sorry to put you through this.
I'm sure she would have done the same for me.
Yes. So what's the diagnosis?
There is no diagnosis. It's not in the textbooks. All of the blood in her body clotted. Just like that.
Well, what could have caused it?
The human body was designed to function in normal gravity. When you take that away, who knows what happens? I mean, we know the blood thins, we know the bones thin, we know you get a couple of inches taller. What else happens? No one's been out here long enough to find out.
What makes blood clot?
Injury, prostaglandins, platelet activator, some hormones.
Heat?
Severe heat.
41 degrees?
No, that wouldn't do this.
What about tablets?
What kind of tablets?
Iron tablets.
No. Why, do you have a theory?
Well, not anymore. But, Alex, I have to tell you, I do think this was some kind of suicide.
I pray that it wasn't. She was my friend. If she was depressed enough to commit suicide, I should have known and noticed it earlier. If I had, maybe somehow I could have prevented it.
And I don't think like that.
It's impossible not to think like that.
And that's the fastest way to drive yourself crazy. The Secret Service killed the only woman I ever cared for. Perhaps if I hadn't been thousands of miles away, I could have prevented that.
You're right, please. Besides, I still don't accept that Christina killed herself. What did she have to be depressed about?
About whatever she was researching for Hamilton. I think it was linked to the Pluto 5 disaster.
Hey, wait a minute. Slow down, Nathan. Christina Jansen was my Sunday school teacher's role model. If the woman was any nice, we should have a win. Oh, yeah, remember Dr. Papin? He was supposed to be one of the good guys. Right, so you're telling me all scientists are broke?
I'm just saying that most scientists are broke. And money is to science, but politics is to preach work. Davis, I thought I told you not to do that in here.
Yeah. Look, how long are you going to keep this stuff
Just
up?
start it, then they think the junk goes in a match driver.
What's so special about Sally?
It was my medical reassessment. I failed and sent back to her. Sorry.
Okay. So what does Christina Jansen do when the lights go out?
Anna could have told us that, but she's already gone back Earthside.
I thought you were going to talk to her.
I did. That's why she left.
Well, what did you say to her?
I implied her boss was a turd. What sort of turd? Same variety as Dr. Patton. Healthy disregard for the Brussels Accord.
Well, there's no such thing as original sin.
Well, what's that? One of the old movie quotes?
No, it's a line from a song. The co-pilot of the Pluto 5 was into 1980s pop.
Really? Strange, isn't it? Once you realize those things we found were real people.
So Kenzie said something like that?
Oh, did she? I must have more in common with her than I thought.
Yeah. And if you stop giving her such a hard time, you might find out she's a good cop, too.
Where is she, anyway?
But she won't come in here while old Minnesota Fats is pumping iron.
You can come in now. I've finished. When did you say your fitness test was? Friday. And if you fail, you're sent back to Earth?
Yeah.
You just failed. Do what? I'm sending you back to Earth. No, you're not sending me anywhere, so I'm just going to double learning on that thing trying to stay here.
Great. That's just
Excuse for what, for God's sake? I've got to have somebody get into having an HQ in Tokyo. Now, your medical is the perfect excuse. Once you're in there, you tap their computers. I want you to get me the details of Christina Jansen's recent research. Oh, yeah, was it on her own computer? No, she wiped it before she died. Well, some
Come on, Carl. People pay good money to go Earthside, man. I don't know why you being so sorry.
Because, David, up here I weigh 15 kilograms and down there I weigh 90. You think it's bloody funny? You go yourself. Why can't he go? Or Kenzie? They both need a checkup. Because they are not blood for one. Besides, they don't have your written charm. Oh, shut up. Just remember who you're talking to. Sorry. Shut up, sir. Did it? Don't get caught.
Clear. Enter. Welcome back, Anna. Mission successfully accomplished.
I think so.
Some problem?
There's something I wanted to ask you
Yes.
about Christina Jansen.
She was an old friend and a loyal colleague. I learned only yesterday of her death. We are planning to endow a scholarship in her honor.
Permit me. I wanted to ask if you knew how she died.
Oh, some technical malfunction. Space is a dangerous place, Anna. The further we pursue knowledge, the more dangers we create.
Do we know what sort of malfunction?
The further we go, Anna, the more dangers we create. We should only embark on such projects if we are sure of our objectives.
Was she researching something hazardous?
All research is hazardous. This is why we direct the footsteps of our employees so carefully.
Did you direct Christina Jansen's research?
I'm directing you, Dr. Schoon, not to concern yourself with matters which cannot be remedied. Christina is dead. We will mourn her, and in time, we may produce another scientist who is worthy to take her place. There.
Please identify yourself.
Richard Howe.
Please repeat your name.
Richard Howe.
I hope you will respect this. Oh, yes, Mr. Ho. I'm here for a medical assessment, and I'm not very good at finding my way around. You found your way to my office. When in doubt, head straight for the front. Doubt about Mr. Beavis. Well, I meant when you get lost. Have you talked with Dr. Shoon recently? Does she work here? She also was plagued with that. There's a lot of doubt about Mr. Ho. There's a lot of espionage about Mr. Beavis. Well, if you ever need a policeman. I have a policeman. Get me security. What is it, Kenzie?
We've got a major problem. What are you doing?
Eating a knife.
What? Well, don't let me interrupt, but if you could spare a minute, we could do with some help, sir. Our man in Tokyo is getting communist thing.
Who, Davis?
The president of Hanamed caught him trying to break into his office. So if you can take yourself away from the little furry creatures...
Look, Kenzie, there's not much I can do about that here. Call Hanamed, tell him it was an innocent mistake, will you?
Look, in my experience, that doesn't translate very well into Japanese. Also, it's not an excuse you ever took from me.
Yes, well, you don't have my spotless reputation.
Well, spotless or not, they're still going to ask why we didn't go through official channels.
I'll tell them the truth, there are no official channels. Outside the Star-Cops have got the legal status of an international football team.
Well, right now, we've got the political status of a hot potato. The Japanese envoy wants an apology.
Right. Tell him we apologize.
No, he wants me to go down to Earth and apologize to the president of Hanamed in person.
You kidding? Prostrating us out before a company we're supposed to be investigating. How much credibility do you think that would leave us with?
Not enough to open a pie shop in Coolangatta. Nathan. Nathan, what a good mate. What do I tell the bloody envoy?
Tell the bloody envoy to go stuff himself. So that translates into Japanese.
Please identify yourself. I'm Ashwin. Look here. Good evening. Which service do you require? I'm looking for a research project summary by Christina Jansen. What is the cross-reference? Cross-reference is Pluto 5. That information is classified. I'm speaking from Mr. Ho's personal terminal. You're cleared.
Project K-532. Erythrocyte membrane stabilization with semi-synthetic lipoprotein polymers. In vivo animal experiments have demonstrated a significant increase in red cell survival time, effectively counteracting the hemolytic effects of hypogravity. I am passing the drug on for further assessment. It has been assigned to test cohort B5.
Stop. Good evening. Which service do you require? Personal code Commander Spring on Moon Base 1. Putting you through. Quickly, please.
Listen. Listen. Wake up, Nathan. Spring, listen, Spring.
Commander Spring, this is Anna Shulina. Can I speak verbally?
Was that Anna? Did you say Anna?
Anna Shulina, I have the information you wanted on Christina Jansen. She was researching a erythrocyte membrane stabilizer. The drug is not productized. Pure good fiber used as a test group.
Anna, start again. What are you saying?
I have no time.
Anna! Oh, what's in the erythrocyte? Red blood cell. Red blood cell.
Transmitter to Hanamed HQ in Tokyo. Quickly.
Hanamed International. Who do you wish to speak to?
I want to speak to Dr. Schoon, Dr. Anna Schoon.
One moment while we place her. She's not in her accommodation.
Can I leave a message?
For Dr. Schoon.
No. No, for Richard Ho. Tell him that Commander Spring has decided to pay his respects after all.
How long have you been a traitor to us?
I'm not a traitor.
Please don't further degrade yourself by lying.
I have been a traitor for long.
You enjoy it?
No, sir.
It seems rather foolish then, to have chosen it in preference to your vocation. Do you not regard it as foolish?
I felt it was necessary.
It was not necessary! You have no right to judge it necessary! I am your employer! I will decide what is necessary!
What did you learn from the computer?
I learned that a licensed drug has been used on trial group P5.
Who or what is P5?
I assume that...
You assumed. You don't know any more than Christina did. P5, Pluto 5. It's a pretty tenuous connection. Not very scientific.
It is what I believe.
At Hanamed, we are not interested in the beliefs of the daughters of fishermen. We are scientists. We are interested in facts. Fact. Hanamed medical products are used by 30 million people. Fact. The quickest and best way to assess a new drug is to give it to a test group. If the drug is successful, 40 million people will benefit. What is knowledge?
Knowledge is light.
What is ignorance?
Ignorance is darkness.
Who lights the way?
Our elders and betters.
There. You remember? Unfortunately, it is already too late. When did you graduate?
6 years ago.
A brilliant scholar, a promising career, and now nothing. I have appealed your qualification. Your accommodation and personal transport have been repossessed. If your father can forgive you for humiliating him, he may allow you to pack fish in his factory.
Hey. Hey, the boss is on this side again. Yep. You know what gets me? He never tells me anything. All these strange disappearances and cryptic comments.
It's called being charismatic.
It's called being a pain in the butt where I come from. So does he, share his property?
Mm-hmm. Sometimes.
All right. Why'd you go this side?
Well, he said he wanted a nice hot bath.
Nice one.
Christina was too weak, too short-sighted. I made her reputation with Jagadil. If I'd waited to secure a license on that, how many people would have suffered in the interim? 2, 3 million? You still disagree with my methods. Yes, I believe you do. I discovered that for the majority to benefit, a few must always suffer and die. You know the way out. That was Christina's redeeming feature. She knew the way out.
Hello. You order one of these?
Thank you. Cheers. Thank you very much. Are you new to the club? No. I'm just visiting. What's this, then? More of 205, eh? Yes, I'm getting rather sick of hearing about it. Yes, I imagine you are. Now, finally agreed to the show. I signed the affidavit. Agent Street. I was asked to call on you. Not the most appropriate place for it, isn't it? Well, private. I do not intend our meeting to be private. Good. How's Davis? I've no idea. I found the man rather coarse. Yes, he is rather. He's in custody. My lawyers will draft terms for his release. Oh, I imagine your lawyers might be too busy for that. Do you mind if I tell you the temperature? I was just about to leave. Have you gone mad? I come from a very hot-blooded family. Now, a few questions. Friendly shot correct from my best friend. Well, I think you're rather good at that. I know, good to me. Yes, it's extraordinary. Have the dead come back to accuse us? I know, I've been feeding you out of mouth. On the contrary, I've heard to her. Tell me, did you feed these guys with biscuits? What's the matter? I know how you did it. You put the experimental drug into the pheromone capsules to make sure they took them every week. The idea is insane. Yes, well, I didn't come up with it. Actually, I think it's a rather smart idea to use a space crew. Standard community, yes? With regular space of time. A completely kosher reason for a full medical checkup at the end of their tour, right? So where is this fabled drug now? Well, most of it was in your drink. Now, I believe it has a rather unfortunate side effect. Christina found that out months ago. It makes the blood clot at 41 degrees. You're right. 140 thermostat with the whole of that crew. Christina's suicide was the experiment that proved it. Trial by ordeal, part of your training. Trial by murder, part of yours. You can prove nothing. Can you die on me? You are not a murderer. Come on, let's see. What's that then? What's that? Confession? Come on, let's examine that. Look at the thermostat there. 40 degrees. Now, what happens to 41? Come on, tell me. I'm going to find out myself, aren't I, in 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 0. There was nothing in the drink. I guess not. I'll never go in back. What's the matter? Didn't you like Japan? No, it wasn't so much the house, the rest of the food I couldn't stand. When does Glorious come out and coming back? Tomorrow? What's his name? James. Yeah, women's doctors are right. Women's sleep are without.
See, that's too bad, Colin. You know, the modern police force is a team of experts. There's Nathan in detection, David and me in engineering, and Anna in medicine. It's your specialty.
Thank you.